In this lesson, we're going to unlock the magic of thirds on the guitar. Here it goes. Hey guitarists, this is Mike from Guitar Essentials, and in this lesson we're going to learn about thirds and how to apply them to the guitar. So a third is an interval, and an interval is the distance between two notes. So for instance, this is an interval. Any two notes you take, or even play together, you're playing an interval, right? Some may say a dyad, whatever. And there's a major third, and then there's a minor third. An example of thirds being played in music are, for instance, the classic Brown Eyed Girl. That's one. Another example would be System of a Down's Chop Suey. Not sure if I remember the strum, but it's something like this. If you guys have any examples of songs that use thirds, leave them in the comments. So what I'm going to start off with is showing the shapes of thirds on all the two string sets, and we're going to go up and down the fretboard. We're going to do it in the key of C major, so that means it's all natural notes. And then we're also going to learn how to play it within a scale pattern. So I also want to talk about the theory a little bit on how it works. So all of our triads, major, minor, diminished, and augmented, are made up of stacking two sets of thirds. And then I'll just go through these quick. So for instance, C to E is a major third. And then if you have the minor third, E to G, that makes up your major triad. Then if we have a minor third and a major third stacked, that is our minor chord. So that makes up our minor chord. Then if we have two minor thirds stacked, that is our diminished triad. And then if we have two major thirds stacked, that's our augmented triad. So all we're going to do though today, we're not going to talk about triads, we're just going to talk about thirds. We're going to start on the second and first string, and we're in C major. We're going to do C to E, and first fret to the open string. Then we go, so that's a major third, and you're going to start seeing the shapes once we eliminate the open string. So then we go D to F, and that is third fret on the second string, first fret on the first string. And we're going to use that fingering for the minor interval, minor third. Then we go up two frets, E to G, same shape. Now we're going to do a major third. You can keep your first finger on the guitar, go up two frets. It's F to A, 6th fret to 5th fret. Up two frets, G to B. Move up that first finger to C, 8th fret, and third finger goes down, so we're playing another minor third. So 10th fret to 8th fret, go up two frets, and then we're back up to the top once we hit the 12th fret, 13, 12. So you can follow along if you have your guitar out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you notice when I descended, which I think you should practice, I did it one time. So you can experiment with that. And when we go through each string set, I'm going to change up how to practice these. What I mean is I arpeggiated this time. We'll do different patterns to make our practice more fun instead of we do that on every string. We're just doing... And now I'm just going to go through up and down, single notes, faster, arpeggiating it. So now we're going to go to the third and second string, and the interval shape's going to be different because the tuning between the strings is different. The tuning between the strings is a major third, G and B. Right? So that's our first one. We're going to do these as block chords. We're just going to hit them at the same time. So we have G and B, A and C, fingers 2 and 1, that's your minor third. B and D, 5th fret. Now we're stacking our second and third finger for the major. Then you can use your second finger as a guide, take third off, go to the 7th fret, do the minor shape. So this is D and F, E and G. Second finger guides up to the 10th fret, stack them both on 10th fret. This is F and A. Go up 2 frets, G and B, where we started. And you can go up again more. I mean, you can keep going if you want. All right, so now I'm going to play this in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could practice it like we previously did. Etc. All right, now we're going to do the 4th and the 3rd string, and we're going to start off with an E note, 2nd fret, 4th string, and then the open G string. So that's minor. Then we go to F and A, that's your major. Then we go up to G and B. Then we go to A and C, B and D, C and E, D and F, back to E and G. And again, you can go up farther if you want. So we'll do a different pattern with this one. We'll go, and I'll palm mute. Just to make it more interesting. So a little faster. Sounds weird because we want to hear it end on C. All right, now we'll do our 5th and 4th string. So the first one would start, it's very similar to what we just did. 2 and 0, that's the B and D note. I'll arpeggiate them first. Then C and E, D and F, E and G, F and A, G and B, A and C, B and D. And then we'll go up to C and E. Let's create a new pattern. Let's do what they did in Chop Suey. we'll start on the 6th string. We have F and A, first fret to open, and then we go G to B, A to C, B to D, C to E, D to F, E to G, F to A, G to B. You could end on C just to kind of establish C major. So for this one, we'll do double picking, 2 per note. Now you could experiment with those. Another one that's kind of cool is going like, let's say we took the first one. Sliding into them. You could also practice just using the same fingers. So when you go to the major, you just crunch your 3rd and 1st finger together. Especially if you're sliding them. That will make it easier, as opposed to you lose the notes if you're switching the fingers. So experiment with that, get that down. You could do groups of 3s. Etc. Now the next part is we're going to take a C major scale and play thirds. Before I show you how to play it, it will sound like this. So it's a great pattern to learn within your scales as well. So we're going to take a simple C major scale in a box pattern, 4 frets. Each finger gets the assigned fret. First finger gets 7th fret, second finger gets 8, third finger gets 9, fourth finger gets 10. We're going to start on the C note, 8th fret on the 6th string. So it's 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. Next 2 strings is 7, 9, 10, 8, 10, and then 7, 8, 10, and then backwards. Now the way this works in a scale is you play the first note and you skip the next note, the second note. So instead of hitting that D note, you go C to E. Then you start on the second note of the scale, the D, skip the E, and go to F. So it's just etc. So E to G, F to A, That's where it's tricky. 10th fret, you could use a roll with the 4th finger. 10 and 10 on the next string. Another way a classical guitar player would play it with 3 and 4. So try it both ways to see what works best for you. Then backwards. You could try that with all the other scales you know. If you know a minor scale, A minor, harmonic minor, melodic minor, whatever scales you know that has thirds in it, meaning it wouldn't work for the pentatonic scales because there's too many interval jumps. So if you found you got value out of this lesson, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really helps me out with the channel. Also, if you want free charts of scales, chords, and exercises, check out the link down below in the description. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson.